Welcome to Expedition Sea Nest. Join us in this episode as we travel from Cave Cut Key to Little Farmers Cay in the Exumas. There are so many great things about living on board a boat and traveling to places you've never been before, but there are a few things that you can only do on land. One is topping up your gas and water, and two is stretching your legs and getting some much needed exercise.
And here we are at Little Farmers Cay, just picking up some water. $3 for garbage, he said.
$3 for garbage, okay.
This looks like it's probably a pretty hopping place at night. Maybe we'll have to come back. But we tend to be pretty tired at night. And we end up having great plans, but cooking on the boat and going to bed. So we'll see if we have the energy. We'll come back and see what's happening here at night. Otherwise, that was the tour. That's all you get.
Actually, I might be able to just swing it down in there.
That's down pretty far. 10 gallons of water cost. Is that
$5.
$5.
That's the going price used in the Bahamas. That's the going price is 50 cents a gallon. You know, whatever it takes. You know, it's not easy making a living out here. I don't think so.
No.
We don't mind paying that.
No, water's at a premium.
And this is drinkable water. It's not just some kind of water that you can just use for doing your dishes and what have you. This is I don't know if it's probably RO water, right? Reverse osmosis. Right. I didn't ask him that, but I bet you it is. Look at that current. It is ripping through here.
And we made reservations for dinner, ordered our...
Yeah, we're gonna eat here at the Farmers Cay Yacht Club. Man, I'll tell you what, 5 gallons of water weighs a lot more than 5 gallons of gas. There you go, this works pretty good. I'm kind of proud of myself. I actually had this hose sitting in the V-berth. It was a replacement hose for a bilge pump. In case I had a line blow on a bilge pump, I had another line. So this is good. This is saving me a lot of backache, because if I had to pick it up and pour it in there, it would be just horrible. So I think this should come close to filling the boat. I think this boat carries 34 gallons of fresh water, which is fine for a week or 3 or 4 days. But I think actually we could get probably 5 days out of this. I think that's what we did. We actually got 5 days out of this with 3 people on board. But we were scrimping pretty hard, and that's in salt water. So I think now that it's just 2 of us, we can be a little more liberal with the water. Where you were, right? Yacht Club?
Yes.
Park, and there's a cemetery there. Thought it was a little quiet. A little harbor convenience. I think that's where we're gonna go now. Check that out.
And there's a wood carver.
Yeah.
And I've heard that's kind of interesting to see. It does say open, so maybe we check that later. Welcome to Farmers Cay.
Yeah.
And there's an ocean cabin, restaurant, and bar up the hill there.
Yeah.
But we're going to start here, the convenience store.
We have just had a wonderful meal at the Little Farmers Cay Yacht Club. Yeah,
And the
it's
food
really
was
great.
really good.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Yeah.
It was excellent for for a place out in the middle of nowhere like this. It's just been phenomenal. You wouldn't think so when you look at these giant yachts, but it is. It's far from.
But the bugs are thick.
Oh wow, the no-see-ums are
There's
bad
no
here,
wind
but
right now.
but inside there's nothing. Obviously, it's just been a great evening, and we're gonna get out of here.
leaving.
Go for a swim tonight. The tide has swung, and the wind has dropped completely off. It's absolutely calm. You can hear people all the way over there. Look at, there's our anchor sitting here. The chain goes out and around and comes back to the boat. So the tide has changed now. The tide has changed now, and I guess in maybe an hour's time it'll probably pull a lot harder. But Julie and I just went for a swim, and it's just magnificent. Yeah, it's just the temperatures, you just couldn't get any better.
Yeah, like nowhere else I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the air temperature, the water temperature, so it just can't get any better. It's crazy. I mean,
Yeah, and every anchorage you go to, you say, oh, this is my favorite anchorage. This is
Yeah.
beautiful.
Big Farmers is just over there, and it's not a cove. It's not a bay. You're just in a pass. But it's absolutely gorgeous tonight. The temperatures are ideal. The current is just starting to swing now. It's now turned the other way. It's now the tide's going to go out again. We've had a wonderful meal at Little Farmers
Yacht Club.
Yacht Club.
Yeah, but it's very unassuming.
Yeah,
When you say yacht
yeah,
club,
yeah.
it sounds snobby, but it's not at all.
No, not at all.
It's a lovely
We
meal.
met a wonderful woman named Dee, who's originally from the Abacos, who went through that hurricane. Do you guys remember? She lost a lot of her family members.
Oh, she said she was swimming past dead people.
Yeah, it
And
was crazy.
Her two kids,
I don't
she and her
think-
two kids survived, but she said it was
Yeah.
like PTSD.
Yeah, it was probably the worst hurricane I've heard of. Is the one that hit the Abacos, and actually it hit also Grand Bahama too. It's a terrible, terrible tragedy. A lot of families were lost there. A lot of Americans and Canadians never heard of how bad it really was until you actually talk to these people. It's devastating.
But she actually did say that there's a lot of rebuilding. They've come a long way since
Yeah.
that time, but
We just wanted to add here that there are some organizations doing great work to restore the Bahamas and other areas damaged by hurricanes. One that we are familiar with is Mang. We met one of the Mang brothers in the Everglades a number of years ago and were impressed with their mission and business model. Buy one, plant one. So Michael bought the shirt and wears it everywhere. The Bahamas National Trust is also doing very good work. If you're interested in finding out more about these initiatives, check out their websites. You can find links in the description below.
time. But she said her kids, that'll stay with them and her. For
Yeah,
that
her children.
matter,
Her
for the
children
rest
now
of her-
live in Great Exuma, down near Georgetown,
Yeah.
and her husband lives in
and works in Nassau.
works in Nassau.
But
So
she
they're-
doesn't want to bring her kids up in
Yeah,
Nassau.
how old were her children?
17 and like 10 or something.
Yeah,
like
17
that, I
and
think.
10 or 9
But
or something
anyways,
like that. But
it's-
yeah, so
it's-
she's a busy woman, and we're more than happy to bring the business to their little place here. In,
If she's
Little
still
Farmers.
waitressing there, then you
Yeah.
go in and you
Ask for Dee.
and you give her a good tip.
Yeah,
'Cause she's a
that's
hard
right.
worker.
She certainly is. Yeah, a wonderful lady.
And for us, we might go for another swim for sure
Yeah.
tomorrow morning. But this is just bliss